Okay, so from yesterday, from the point we left yesterday, right here, customizing the Redux UI theme. So we have done, right? We changed the color, correct? We can also add the typography. Basically, if you look at here now, right, in our code, if you go to the layout, okay, you see the inter font. Okay, this is the inter font. This font is by default, right, from the Next.js. But now we are using Redux UI, and somehow it will not work, right? So if I go to the inspect page, let's see if there is a font somewhere. So font, right? Here, see that default font family is from the system. Okay, it is not taking that Redux UI. So how are we gonna fix, right? How are we gonna make sure this Redux UI font work? We should have added yesterday, but fine. Let's do something here. Open this link, right? And in the typography, see here are a lot of component. Okay, built-in component in the theme section. If you go to the theme here, you can okay, click on the get started, right? And here you're gonna find all these component. Okay, so for layout you have box, flex, grid, container. For typography, text, heading, block. So these are ready-made component, right? The CSS is already included. It's like when I say component, remember the React component, the function with HTML inside built in already. Yes, these are the component, ready-made. uh, just call it pizza, burger, whatever, right, to eat, ready to eat. Okay, so to change the font, right, we have to go to the typography here, and let me search, I think Next.js. Okay, Next.js font, yeah. So with Next.js, how we gonna include, basically how we gonna use this default font, right? So it's saying add this code, or basically add this variable, right, in your inter font. So we have to add this. We just follow this part. Okay, so here we have already subset. If you look at this subset is already there, right? And this is the object. Okay, so now most of the time we would just work with the object. Always you passing object, object, right? Inside the function we passing object. So this inter is a function, built-in function in Next.js, and you just pass the object. So you have subset, and the next one is this variable. Okay, so we can bring it down also, right? So you have to put comma here. Yeah, something did not work. Okay, so let's leave it. Subset, why is that? Okay, so it's saying dash dash font inter, right? We added that. Now variable, now it says change, right? Change to your HTML now here. So the class name will be inter variable. So let's change that one. It should not give error, just giving. Oh, okay, I believe I deleted. Okay, I deleted the bracket, right? That's why. God, the object bracket, Okay, so now look at here. We have in the body, right? Inter, before used to be like this, but now we change that. Okay, so we just have to put now inter variable like that. No more class name, right? Inter variable, done. So that is all we have to change. The next thing is saying finally assign the CSS variable in your theme config file, right? So we have to create this theme config file. So we have theme config here from the satcn. I don't think, right? No, I don't see that. So in the app, most likely, right, we can add that. Let's see. Yeah. So in the app, let's add that theme config file. I want to copy that, right? So it's a token value customized by separate configuration style sheet. The simple way to do is create this file and ensure it is imported after the global theme style. Okay, so after global theme style you import this, right? Fine. So we just create in the app here, and just put this code inside, and now we have to import this. Okay, so in our layout, so if you look at here, right, this is the global theme. So if you look at this one, and then we import this, right? So let's do that after the global, and we done. Okay, we done, right? So now let's see if this work or not. I mean, I will just refresh the page, and now you see the inter font, right, is already applied here. Look at here, variable, this inter font is applied, uh, but I don't know if the global the default is also changed or not. Font family is still showing this. I don't know why this is showing, right? But that's what I don't understand. In a font family should also change to inter font, but it's not here. Okay, guys. So anyway, that is what SATCN is suggesting, right, to do, and we have done that. I believe it is applied already. I believe that, but if not, let's leave it, right, for now. Let's not worry about that. But in the body class name, right, you see that. Let's see. I know we see this variable inter font already here. Inter something, right? Inter font inter, right? We see that. So the one thing, I was when I was trying to fix this one, I tried, but it did not. I want, it should be change in the, what you call that, change in the like default font, right? Default font should be inter, okay, but I don't see the change, so that's why a little bit I'm concerned, but it's okay. That will be not a big difference for now. When I figure out, I will let you know, right? But for now, we just follow this, right, and did it. So if I get some answer for this, I will let you know, guys, but that is not a big difference for now. So let's just push it, right, and then we're going to move to the next step. So change font, okay, change font, or maybe fix font, right? Maybe something, change font, okay, something like that, simple enough. So this was actually with yesterday, this what you call that, customizing the Redux UI theme, right, together. I missed that, to do that. So now adding markdown editor, right? So what is this markdown editor? So markdown editor means editor, right? Remember the editor where you can go and type some kind of, in the box where you type with the different option, right? Like Word document, okay? If you open the Microsoft Word, right, you see bold, color, all different kind of the icons, right, which you can apply in your document. So editor, editor, how we can apply editor, right? That's the point. So let's see, where is that? Now here. So we said now let's replace the text area field with our markdown component. So our text area is this box, right? Right now it's just text area. You can type something, but it should be nice, right, if we have the markdown page here, like markdown box with all, making text bold, right, italic, numbering system, all different kind of things similar to Word document, right? You can do. So how are we gonna do that? Very simple. This is the installation. You have to install this, right? So let's see the process of installation. So you can just copy this, install this one, React Simple MDE editor and easy mode, right? We have to install these two. Here is two package, okay? React Simple MDE easy mode. So this is the React Simple MDE editor and easy mode, right? These two will be installed same time. Just copy that. And also you can find that in the, let's say, install right here. If you look at see here, this is the one, you know, that's the one I just copied from there. So let's install this first. The next is now to use the component, right? Once we install this one, we have to use this. This is the name of the component, simple MDE, from simple MDE editor, right? You can use this one or just go back here and look at this two thing, okay? It has CSS also, okay, the CSS, right, and the component to be used. So just copy both line here. So installation is done. So now we're going to use that. So in the new page, remember the new page, new, right? Where is our component? Our form is in the new page, correct? When you click the button, hope everyone remember, right? You go to issue, right? Issue, that is the issue. Okay, server is not running. So when you click the button, it will take us to the new page. That always try to understand the route. So inside the issue we have new route, right? New, and there is the page, and there we have the form here, form, right? So this text area we have to replace, okay? So what we have to import, these two things I just placed now, simple MDE and the easy mode, right? That is the one we have to do. So in the text area, just change that with simple MDE and it will be done. Simple MDE, right? And the placeholder will be same, okay? That is all we have to do. So now let's look at our add new page. Basically this is the new issue, right? New add new page, and if you go to the page, now you get that MDE text editor, right, page here. So you can type here, you know, hello, I am there, right? So if you have a spelling mistake, it will do the highlight also, okay? So hello, I am Robert, and you can have the, you know, bold, something like that. If you want to type bold or you want to make this bold, you can select. Can we select this? I don't know why we cannot select. So you have to go here and then, you know, heading, make it heading, or make it bold. So bold, I think when you type bold, right, we have to do it before typing, okay? So you have to learn how to use this, okay? Even I have no idea, right? So you have the, you know, like the bullet point, the numbering system. You can attach the link here. You have attached the image, you know, something like that, right? It change something like the background. Yeah, it change the mode of the background also, right? Okay, so it's just hiding. And yeah, so these are the few things. So see, somewhere, right, you have seen this editor, very nice, like more style, right? So adding more of the more functionality. So that is something different, okay? There maybe you can find out how to customize this editor maybe in the YouTube or somewhere, but for now, you know, let's keep it simple for us, right? Very simple. We just add simple editor and we're done. Okay guys, we finish with this one. that is all for this, yeah. So that is replace the text area with the simple MDE component and finish. So okay, so just copy this and commit. So that's why build one piece and commit, that is the goal here, right? And that's what you will be doing in the real work. So now let's go back. Where is our commit here? So I will put the commit, okay, and make a commit and push it. Done. So what is the next one now? Okay, finally handling the form submission, right? Form submission. So in the React, right, there is React hook form, very nice library, and that is what you're going to use when you have, you are building some professional website, right? It will simplify a lot of things. Okay, I mean, we never use, so that's why it look like something difficult, right? But so that's the demo. You can see here, it will give you all kind of suggestion, everything. You can do all kind of things, right? It will watch your fields, it will validate your errors, and all kind of things you can do. Okay, so let's go back, and it's very fast also, I believe, right? Faster mounting, right? Okay, so React hook form, control form, right? So there is control form we have to use, and child A, child B, child C versus control form. Okay, fine, let's leave it all that, right? Go back to the our work and see how we can use that. So get started, right? Go to the start, get started. So this is the library, right? Let's talk about this library, React hook form. React hook form, in the React you can use this library to handle your type checking, to submit the form, and all kind of things you can do, right? Basically to handle your form data. Okay, so see how we're going to use in our project. Okay, you have title, you have description, right? So if someone let's say type there is no title or something, right? If there is some error, how you going to display the error? All that things can be handled from the here, right? And also it will help us to submit our data to the database. It will read all title and description from here. It will read all the information also, whatever you type here, right? It will read and then send to our database. All that work is done with the this React hook form. So we're going to use now, so use form and submit handler and all that is there. Okay, let's go to our document. So see, what we are doing is very simple way. So please, someone, if you have getting like, you just don't think that it's too difficult, right? Always think, okay, this is the package to handle the form, install it and use couple of components and see how it work and memorize that. Okay, and that's the whole process you will do always, 99% of the time. Okay, so npm install React hook forms. Let's install the package. Okay, the next step is we have to import this, right? So import that. So now, because we are handling the form, our form is in the new page, just import here. Okay, use form, right? Use form. Fine. So when you import this use form, right? So use form is declared, but its value never read, right? So we have to read this one here now. So how are we going to do that? So we imported that, and then we're going to use let's say okay. So yeah, so there is few things, right? We have to talk about. Okay, let's imagine, right? Imagine the data. What are the data we are getting from the form? Okay, HTML form. So that is what we have to because the type checking is also there, right? Type checking, okay. So we have to call inter. So let's do the type checking first. Basically it will be like this, right? Const, and what name we can give here, this function, that use form function. So maybe I will use form, correct, like that. So this is the function, okay, and this function returns object, right? It returns object. So now how I will remember when you have to use this React hook form, you just remember first function is this use form, right? You have to import that. That is the first function which cannot deal with our data, right? And I will show you just now, okay. And this function is returning back. Function can return what? Any information, right? So this returns object. Just remember this returns object. So you have to put it here, right? So I will put in the variable and destructure it, const, and the object will be a register. See, it giving us a register, right? For now, register. So let's console log, right? Console.log register and see what we get, okay. And here we pass maybe title for now, simple title. But the one thing, right, see the field value we have to define. See, any undefined something, right? You have to define this field value, okay, here. So what are the field value? That will coming from the TypeScript interface uh, form issue, right? Form, you can give any name, but let's call it form issue. And here will be, you are getting title, right? And that is string, and then description also string, okay. So in case of function, you have to just call this form issue here. So I hope I will just use the same name, right? Also, that is the issue form, okay. I just did something different, I believe, just opposite, right? But same name, okay, don't, there is no different. So issue form, and you pass that here, issue form. So now this use form knows, right, to get, it will deal with these two items, okay, title and description. So now let's go and console log and check, because we have this register function. This register function will give us something now, right? See what we are getting. Let's check that. That is important to understand, okay. I mean that is the whole game here, right? I mean this is the whole thing. So npm run development, and once you know, right, how to handle this form with the React hook form, that is the same process always. So console. So let me submit this form, right? I want to run this. There is nothing. You get nothing. Okay, still running. And now look at here, right? See that register, when I call the register function, that register function gives me the object. Now look at this, and name equal to title, right? Whatever you pass there, that information I pass is title. That will be stored in the name variable, property, right? That is title, unchanged, unblur and reference, right? So see, this is when you type something here, okay. When you type something, right, unchanged function is already built in. It will automatically take that value and store there, okay, in the name. Automatically it will do, right? unpause that. Yeah, it's recording now. So what I'm saying, right, when we deal with it, when we are working with TypeScript, we always have to define the type of data you want to consume. Okay, so there is a process. I mean, you have seen interface. This is the name of the data, right? You just give the name of that object and define all the body, like what are the different data we are going to deal with, like title, description, and their type, string. And so once you define and just use that one in the function, when you have function you have to use it angle bracket and give the name there, right? And this function knows to find that title and description. Okay, it will just deal with that title and description, that's it, and that will be string, right? So we saw that this register function returns the object with all the functionality it needed, right, to grab the data and whatever it has to do. So fine, so once we have done that one, right, let's see. So how this function from use return object. Okay, so call the function use form, right, and which returns object, destructure it, and something like this, right, cons register and issue form. So we define the types in the issue form, correct? We have defined that. So because we saw in console log it returns object with 4 properties, that's why we must destructure it when we use, right, later. So how are we going to use that? So look at here, the input field is this, right, text field, correct? Input field is here. You just call that register and pass the title, because the title is the property where we're going to save the data, right? So just give it the name title and done. So let's do that one. Okay, so we have the register. Now we have the register. We in the text, this is our input field, the input field, right? So here, see this register, remember that is an object. So we have learned in the React JS, right, when you have object and you want to pass the value there, right, you want to save something because you're going to type something, right, and that title will be, that has to go in the object, one of the property. Okay, so to use object you must destructure first, register, right, like that, and then yeah, I think, and then you pass that function, basically title, that title. So this, whatever this register function is giving us, all the object, right, will be now added as a new object, including the input you're going to type. So everything is there now, and that is done, right? It will take care of everything. What about the simple MDE here? So because this is not the part of the this is something different, right? Simple MDE is the editor, something different. So when you have editor to deal with, right, now the this use React hook, right, React hook form has something different to use for this, and we call it controller. Okay, so let's use that quickly. Now let's do this. Control, I believe, yeah, control, and that small control, right? So I will just take this both. Okay, the control and the handle submit also we're going to need later, right, to submit the form. Okay, so that should be control and handle submit function also. Okay, so control we have to add here first. So let's go and put control, no, sorry guys. So let's say you're going to type here a lot of things, right, in this type editor. You're going to type a lot of things. We have to grab all that. It's not going to work like this. We need another component which will be coming from, that is what I have done. I'm saying why it's not working, right? That's the component we have to use, and the rest of the things will go here. The control and all that will go here, right? So let's use this component, because we have to define this control component and then use simple MD inside there as the props. Okay, that is the change we have to do. control, like that. So let's see, not control card, that is a controller. Okay, I don't remember all this. So your controller, right? Yeah, this is the one, this is the right one. Controller component, controller, right? Okay, so once we have controller, we're gonna say control. We have to now use all that field, right? Control equal to control, just put there. And render is missing type, right? Why? Yeah, okay. So we have control, we have to give a name also. So name type, name will be description. Okay, that is the type, description. And then we have the render, right? Render function, render, render. Okay, so the render will take callback function, right? Callback function, and that's it. And here you have to render this component. So I will break it down. Okay, let me break it down. This is the one line you have to memorize. Okay, now we're gonna put this here. So first you import controller, right? Remember the use form. Similarly, you can get controller from the React hook form. That is a component, and inside you're gonna pass the control component. Basically control, let's say some kind of object, right? You're gonna pass, and then you define the name, that is description, because this, from here you are getting description, right? So you have to define as a name here, description. And the next will be let's say next one is render, right? So render, in the render you have to pass the callback function. Okay, and in that function you pass this simple MDE component. That is what you have to do. These things you have to memorize it, make it note. You have to just practice enough to remember, right? But understand the concept. You don't, even if you don't remember the code, right? But the concept here you have to understand, right? What we are doing. Once we have done that, now how, right? How you gonna do something like this? Okay, so here you get, let's say, data, or you can call it maybe what we can call, right? Field. Okay, all the fields you're gonna type, right? So you have to pass it here like a field, because that will be object. So you have to destructure it, and this will also give an object, right? So you have to add here now dot field. So no matter how many line of code you type, everything will be considered. So that is all we have to set up. Right now the next step is submitting the form. So let's look at how much we have to do it here. So yeah, so in this section, right, so we have done that. Okay, so yeah, we have done that, right? We have done that control part also. Next we need to submit form okay, we have to submit form, right? So for that, so we don't have a form here. Okay, so let's change this, right, to form. And on submit, correct? On submit is the yeah, on submit we call our handle submit from the use form already. So let's call that handle submit, right? So that should handle submit should take in the callback function, or what? Okay, that is fine, that handle submit, but we have to pass now a lot of things here. This is a function, so we're gonna pass now the object, right? Object, or let's see, no, handle submit, it will take callback function. Okay guys, That is what we have to do. So this handle submit, right? When you submit the form, this function will run. There is a callback function inside, and all the action happen here now, right? So what are the action now? The post. We're going to use Axios. Okay, so let's install the Axios now. npm install Axios. Install Axios, right? Yeah. And we have to fetch Axios now. Let's do that. Import Axios from Axios, right? Okay, so we import Axios, so we know how to do that. Now here we will do Axios dot post. Okay, and remember the route. What route we're gonna call now? Issue, right? Issue dash what was that, the route for where we create that post route? API issue. Yeah, so we have to do API issue, right? And here is our post, this one. Okay, that's what we have to deal with now, right? So let me close all too many file open. So we are here, right? Yeah, so we have to call it API. Call the API slash issues. Yeah, and now you're gonna pass the now, right? We have to get, I think we get data here. So let's see. Yeah, we get data, and then we have to pass the data. Okay, so let's do that. So you will get all the data here, and you pass it data. So see that the React hook form, right? When you set up all these things, it will automatically, when you handle submit in this callback function, this whole text field description, everything will be received in this props automatically. Okay, you're going to get that, and you just call the API route and send that data like this. So once we have done, once you submit the data, right, you want to go to the, now your page need to move to the issue page. So how are you going to do that? So let's import that use what was that, use router, right, from next navigation. Okay, so use router from next navigation, remember that, here, from here, and that is what we use for the routing. So now cons router equal to use router. Okay, and here we're gonna push it. Let's go back to our, so once you push that code, we call it router dot push, and where you want to go, which route? Issue, right? Issue page, issues. Okay, done. So one thing I miss, right? This is the the network call, right? So you must make this asynchronous async function. Okay, and here will be await. So that is all. Yeah, so I think that should be fine, right? So let's now try to submit the data and see if this is working. So we go online. This is running now. npm run development, and also we're gonna go to the our maybe what was that, MongoDB Atlas, to check, right, if the data is submitted or not. So login, and in the meantime I will, so something went wrong. Let's see what is the issue now, right? Okay, so it's still compiling. Okay, so we are here. If you go dashboard, fine, it's working. Issue page, fine, it's working. Click on the new issue, yes, we are there. And we're gonna put a title, so let's call it bug 2, right? Or maybe, yeah, bug 2. Now you're gonna, like, this is bug 2, right? So right now, if you put something like this, right, if you have the bold, hello, maybe you're gonna have a number system, hi, hello. It will not work right for now, but let's submit. Okay, submit the field. When you submit, right, see, we send to the new basically issue page. Okay, so now we go to the cloud and check. So where is our database? We in the issue tracker, right, database here, and go to the browser collection and check now. So we got it here. Look at here, right? This is the bug 2, and hello and hi and hello, all that. Okay, so it's working, guys. It's working, right? Fine. So let's push it. We're done with this part now. That was long, right? So we're done. Yeah, I believe we finished with this one. That is all we have to do, right? Install the Axios, right, and then we did the post, all that. Okay, so you might see some code here, extra code, right? If you see that, just ignore, just follow what we are doing, right? Because that may be some extra code from like next class. Okay, like next commit, right? So I will commit this one. I will commit so handle form submission. Just pay attention. Okay, don't get scared, right? Few things and try to understand. Okay, these things when you see now, right, these all are component. When I say component, just think like, okay, that is a function and it is doing something, right? Some kind of work. Okay, like it returning some data, giving us back ready-made. Okay, and push it. The next step is uh, handling error, right? Handling error. So currently our code does not have error handling. So next thing what we want to do is handle the potential error and provide the feedback to the user if something goes wrong, right? So add try catch block. Okay, so where are we gonna add try catch block? So right now if you look at here, when you're dealing with async await, we always try to put in try catch, right? Try catch. So let's put this in a try catch block. Okay, so try inside here, and will be catch, right? Catch. Okay, so there will be error, and for now is nothing. Okay, so that's what we have done. So let's say if there is some error, right, how are we gonna handle that error? Okay, let's check now. So in our API, if you look at our API also, right, one thing we can do is in our API, how we have handled the error here. This validation, that error. So this error, you're gonna get a lot of properties. Okay, the object, right? So if you want, you can format here also. There is a function called format to make it nice look, right? You can even put this one. Okay, so that is fine. Either you just get error or maybe leave it as a format. That is okay. So that is one thing we can fix. So next one is, right, we want to grab you want to like add some kind of error handling mechanism, right, using use state hook. Okay, so what we can do is basically we can use stake. Let's do that and see how it will work. So in our page here, so that is the use state hook. Why we use that, just to create some kind of state like a variable, right? So after here I will delete this console log. Okay, this was just to show you that register, right? Or you can check any of this by console log, control, handle, submit, how that work, right? So here const error and set error, right? Use state, and I will, for now I will just make it maybe empty string. Okay, so if there is some error, right, we want to set that here. Let's say if there is error, the set error, and maybe we can give it some kind of text. So what text we can give, right? Let's call it an unexpected maybe error happen, right? Happen. Fine, so that is all we have, and we can test this, like for example, let's say here, right, if I say just throw maybe new error, right? Error like that. Okay, so this try will not work. It will just throw error and then it will jump here, right? But you want to display that error somewhere. So how are you going to do that? This error, now there is an error set in this variable, error variable, and you want to display that, right? So maybe outside of this form we can take care of that one. Okay, so let's see where it is added here. Okay, so it's just on the top here, right? So what we can do is if we add this, if you want to display the error message on the top of the form, right, first we have to create one div to wrap, because we need one parent. Okay, we cannot put something like a two children, right? We need one parent and then you put all the children inside here. So let's add. So if there is error, okay, if there is error, then only display this, right? So what we can add here now, okay, text, there is a text field, we have text field, some kind of maybe from the SAT-CN, right? Okay, so you use call out component. So let's look at here, Redux UI, some kind of nice component. I don't know where is that call out, but let's find out. Okay, it's good to learn, right? So look at here, when you have error, you want to display something like this, right? That box. So that is a component, and to make that component, these are the code, right? So that is what we're going to use. So we don't need icon. Okay, I will remove the icon. We just need call out text, right? So what we're going to do is import that. Okay, from here let's import call out, and now we're going to write here. So if there is error, if that is error truth, right, then only display this call out, and here will be root. First one is root, right? So that is the main, and here again you put call out, and that will be, I believe, text. Yeah, text, and you want to display the, our text will be just the message error what we stored. We need to change this color, so let's change the color, right? Color to make it red. Okay, and what else we can change here? Yeah, and the maybe, I don't know, class. Okay, fine. So let's see how it work, and then we're gonna. So in our form, right, it should do something already. Let's look at the form. What is all this? Go to the new issue page, and when you submit, right, let's submit this. Okay, and see what happens. Look at that, an unexpected error happened, right? Okay, so we're getting this big box also. So how are we going to fix that? I mean, that is the let's say here max with Excel, right? So why not we move this class to on the top, right? Basically delete from here, and we're gonna style this class name and put it there. Okay, and now see that there, right? So it's still there, right? It's still there. Okay, fine. I mean, okay. So now error, set error, we have done that. We added also all these things. The only thing we can do now is I believe this is touching down, right? So I don't know if this will work. Margin bottom, maybe if I make it 4 it will work. No, it did not work, right? So the Redux UI has some their own style, right? So we have to use that maybe. So margin bottom equal to maybe 3. Let's put it. I don't know. I don't remember. Let me check, right? There was some kind of class name, I know that. So if I go here, okay, I was putting in the wrong place, right? Sorry guys, that was not here, but should be in the call out in this one. Okay, the box itself below that one I want to have a space, right? So margin bottom, maybe we can give it 3, 4, whatever. What is used here? 5, right? 5. Class name margin bottom 5. So let's give that 5. That should makes nice. So now if I refresh, yeah, you see already there, right? You see that is working already. So refresh that, submit, and you get unexpected error happen. Okay, so at least now we have place to display the error, right? So what else is here now? Yeah, so that is all, right? That is all we have to do in this part. Okay, that is finished. And yeah, so that's done. So let's push this now. So what was the I want to get that same name, right? Handling errors. Okay, so we can call it handling errors. Commit and push. So the next thing now is handling error. That is done. The clients implementing client-side validation, right? So what is client-side? Client means the form here, our form, right? Yeah, so let's do how much we already 1 hour cross, right? Yeah, I try to finish this one. There is only, yeah, so there is only 3, right? Once the rest 2 will be easy, only this one I think it will be a little bit time taking, but let's finish it, no problem. Implementing client-side validation. So we have a schema for validating our object, right, in route TSX. I mean, remember in the route, when you post, look at here, in the API route, right? You see this? So we already have this one to validate our data here, right? That is what we are doing, create schema and all that validation. So why not we just use the same validation also in the client to validate our form also, right? And display the if something is not right. Let's say for example, if someone did not type here correctly. Oh, what happened? So someone did not type the title, right, and you submit the form. Just below that title it should maybe give some message like need title or something, right? You need to type some message, you know. Even description you can add some message here below that. So that is called client side validation. And you know what we want to do is we want to use this JOD, right, in our client side also. So we can extract this. Now we can keep it outside like in separate file, right, and then we're going to use it here and also in the client side. So let's right click and see if we can do refactor here, right? Refactor this code. I'm just clicking this right and right click and maybe refactor this. Okay, so when I click here, uh, move to a new file. Okay, move to file, move to a new file, and it just create issue schema, right? So see, all that code is moved now already, and it just give me the component, and that is what I'm using here, right, already. So everything is okay. Create issue schema, everything is fine. Here it coming from export cons create issue schema. That is what I'm exporting. Just remember this name, right? And it is in the separate file. So that is dot slash because they are in the same place, right? But what I want to do is move it in the maybe in the app, right? Just keep it in the app like more general use case. When I do that, now I have to, yeah, so it update also here, right? Everything looks fine. Okay, so here I don't have to worry about now. Now the only thing is create let's say the file name, right? Create issue schema, create issue schema, right? What we can maybe make it some nicer name. You can call it maybe validation schema, right? Let's do that. Change the name to more general name like validation schema. So here I will change that. It's the even if you don't change, that's fine, right? You can use the same name, but validation schema, more general kind of name. Once I do that, what's gonna happen now, right? In my route, okay, it changed already. So I'm getting from validation schema, and I'm getting the same file, same object, okay, same thing, and that is what I'm using. So here I don't need to worry about anything. Nice. So after that, you know, let's see what we can do, right? Okay, that part is done. Now to use this JOD, right, with the React hook form, React form hook, right? There are something we have to install. Okay, so JOD is ready. This schema is ready, right, for validation. We just have to install few things now. So let's do that. So what we're gonna do is we just install this package, React hook form resolver, right? So we can use the same JOD schema file. Okay, let me see, right? I think what this hook is doing, right? What is this library? Okay, what this library will do basically is library allow React hook form, right? React hook form to you know, like React hook form will, so means this library allow to integrate, right? Integrate the validation, outside validation, right, inside the React hook. Okay, form means this validation is coming from where? This is separate, right? This validation is outside. You want to from JOD library, JOD, right? This is outside validation, means it is coming from JOD. Okay, we are using JOD, right? But now we want to use inside the React hook form also. So for that reason, right, we need to have this one. Okay, resolver, resolver, right? React hook form resolver. So let's install that. uh, And once we're done, right, once we're done, we just have to import this now in our new page. So let's get that, Jod. This is the name, right? We call it Jod resolver. Now you're gonna get from that hook, not hook, but the library, right? So you have to import that now. So let's go back to our page, new page here, and get that. Also update. Okay, 1 second. Let's see, Jod resolver, right? Also update the interface. We already have type check in the Jod, right? So type of create issue schema. Okay, so first let's add that one, and then also import. Let's import, right? Import create issue schema, right? Let's get that also. And so now what we're gonna do, right? Let's check. Oh god, let's see. Not here. Okay, not here, right? Jod resolver, so we have to resolve this. What was god, I just let me think. Okay, so we import that one, right? We import that. Also update the interface. We already have to type for type checking. That we can do it, right? So one thing is here, right? If you look at this one now, once we use that type checking from the other side, right? This create schema, that already have type description, everything is there already checking, right? So we don't have to do this anymore. Okay, and the name is same. Look at this name, right? And that is the name we are using here, so we can keep it the same. But how are we gonna rewrite that one? So we don't have G here, right? Jod, we don't have Jod here, correct? So let's import the G also. And see how we can modify that. Okay, so the way we write is basically uh, this one, right? That is what we have to write it. So type will be issue form, and then G dot, right? Interfere type of and create schema, means you get all the type checking from create issue schema, right? Where we already have the type checking file now. Okay, this is the file right here. This is we already have here, so we just use that one now, and that is the process we have to follow. So we can delete this one, we don't need, or maybe comment that out for now, and everything will be fine. The only thing I don't remember, right? Resolver, so we have to use this resolver now here. So for example, let's say, okay, I'm going to remove this, right? We don't, this was just to test the error, right? So we don't need this new error, throw new error. I'll delete that, we don't need that. Okay, that was just for the testing error. If there will be some error, then but we no need anymore. So now, right, the Jod resolver, we have to use that, okay, to display the error. And okay, let me check. So how are we going to use that, right? Basically, where is that function? Here. Okay, so that is here we are using, right, all that. So in that function we have to pass something, call it maybe resolver, right, resolver, and that is the object, so will be Jod resolver now. Okay, and that will take the create issue, right? Yeah, so this is what we have to do. Okay, inside this use form function we have to pass that, and that's how the React hook form will use that create issue form. Basically create issue form type checking, right? All that will be used inside our the validation will be used inside our this form. Okay, so this line we have to remember, this line, right, how we're going to use that. Okay, now the next one is let's say using that, right, how are we going to use that here. Now how are we going to display the error message? Okay, how are we going to display that? That is the point now. So let's look at this root, right, root here, that is the input field, and I want to display the message just below this one, right? So we're going to put this, and so we need to add, right, let's see, if there is error. Okay, error, right, dot title. So I'm not getting that errors. Okay, I think I'm just doing something not correct, right? Let me check the code, guys. I think I did something mistake here. Okay, it's not here. Handle error, handle form submission, handle error, client side validation, right? Let's look at this. So okay, so that is gone. We added, we have done all that, right? We have done that. G, we have added that part. So we update here, this one updated, right? The only thing is errors dot title. So where is the errors coming from? Let's see, we have, so we're gonna get this error, right, automatically we're gonna get this error. So here, that part. Okay, errors dot title, and we just add this text field now, right? So that is what we have to do. So let's try that. That is what I'm trying to do, but I don't know why it's not appearing. So it's just below the this root text input field. Okay, just below that one. So errors, errors, errors dot, I don't know, it should come automatically, no, title. If that is true, right, if there is something like that, then only display this text, and the text will be basically we add that error, right, error title message. This is what we have to add. So cannot find the name error, right? Did you mean error? No. So where we getting that one, guys? That should come from, no, that type should give us the error, already, right? This is not that, and that is not the right one. uh, okay, here, right? Format. Oh, yeah. God. So the format, okay, I forgot, why. So remember this one, right? This will give us one more object, right? That is called format. Okay, format state, right? And that, I believe, that will be object. Okay, that will be object, and it will property, right? It will return that error. Okay, so just destructor that errors. God, ORS errors. Okay, so the format state means this one, right? This format state means this property gonna have the basically all the, let's say, logic things, right? If there is some kind of error, something, it will just grab and form state, like the variables of the form, right? All the fields, anywhere if there is some issue, it will be here inside this one automatically. So that's what we need here. So text is the component now from the our library, so we just have to import that here. So let's call it text. Yeah, and that's it, and then text, let's, we have to add maybe color, right? So let's say color, we can make it red. And also, right, this is the like span tag. Okay, this text is like a span tag, right? So to make it maybe paragraph, so it will display in the new line. Okay, as we can call it as display as paragraph, p tag, right? And same thing you can do it here for description also. Copy that, and so where is the description ending? This control, right? After that, yeah, so after that, let's add that. And the not title, but this time is description, right? See, we're getting now type checking already. Description and message. So done, right? Done. Let's look at now. So if I submit, okay, something, right? And maybe why, okay, unexpected error happens, fine. But if you add now, right, let's say bug 1 and submit. Okay, guys, I think something is not correct. Okay, yeah, how it gonna work when my server is not running? That's a long time, right? Just give me a second. Okay, we will finish this now. So if I submit this code, okay, so now you can see now, right? String must contain at least three character, and the required, right? There is a required, so this field also required, correct? So let's type this now. Let's call it above 3, and we can put here this is above 3 and submit, and it will submit the data, and we're gonna send to the new issue page, right? And you click again, go back here. So things are working now. So refresh this. So here, I mean, basically, to handle error and all that, right? We just modify some code, but you guys have 2 days off. Okay, so please work hard, right, and try to practice enough to get through this. Understand what we are doing, right? Try to understand that. The only thing you're gonna focus here is this one. Even I forgot, right? That's state format, the state form state. So that will be in the this one, form state. and that is the one which is grabbing all the errors. So it has already title and description. So we can take this out, we don't need, right? Maybe you can remove or leave it there. Let's remove that, and I will commit now, right? So go back here and say client side validation. Okay, done. So we have two more to go. So what is saying, extract the error message component, right? Error message component. Okay, so see how many places we have used error message now, right? This is basically now like refactoring the code. Okay, so we have, okay, what I will do, I will just leave it here, right? You guys can finish this, and then the error message will be done. Let's say, you can create a component and then put it there, right? Just make it separate component, because remember this text we are using as a paragraph color red in two different places, right? So we can use, just create separate component and use that. We can do that. So in next class we will do these two things. Okay, adding spinner, and this one will be quick. This two will be maybe 5 minutes, or we can finish now, right? Okay, let's finish it. I mean, tomorrow 2 days off, so you guys practice. Okay, let's finish that, no problem. So what we will do, we need like common component page, right? Common component, maybe let's say you want to store the file which can be used a lot of places, right? So let's create the folder called components. Components, components, right? Components. Okay, and here we're gonna do something. So let's name it, right? We can call this error message page, right? Let's call that error message page. Here, error message page dot tsx, like that. And error message page, right? And then okay, let's copy this code. Okay, let's copy that, and then we're gonna talk about that later. So if you look at here, right, text, that we know already. Okay, that is coming from Redux UI text field. We need that one to display the our text, right? Here, whatever will be text, you can display there. Now the props is what? With children. This is the props definition, right? Coming from the React already. There is a built-in type definition for the children. Okay, props children, because later we're gonna pass. Remember that error, we're gonna pass it as a children, and it will display here, because this is the component. We just need to pass the children, right? And we will also check if there is no children, then just return it null. But if there is a children, then display this one, and that color will be red and the paragraph, right? So that is all we have to do. And what we're going to do is in our page now, right? Here, look at this now, this whole thing. See, this testing is also done already. Okay, error dot description, right? That is the children. See, this is what you are passing as a children, right? So type checking is done, you are passing the children. So now we just need to call the component, right? Let's call our component and use it. So how are we gonna let's call that. So I want to import first, right? I need to import that. Import error message, like that, and we're gonna use that, So we are using two places, right? The first one is here. That's the one. Okay, just below the text field, right? So we're gonna basically, we can call here error message component, like that, and then you pass this message, the children here, and Yeah, so it will complain. I know that it will complain, but let's delete this one, we don't need. So it's saying, right, the title may be undefined, okay, but we know there is a title, right? So just do this question mark, and that it will tell the TypeScript that there is a title, okay, so please don't complain, right? And same thing we're gonna do for next one. Now see, we just have more use case now, right? So everywhere you need to display error, you can just call that. So first I want to bring this and change title to description, right? Description, and delete that, we don't need this. Okay, so done, right? That is all. Where else we can use now? Even here, right? Even here we can use that. So call out root, but it's okay, leave this one, right? I think we are using the call out different component here, so let's leave it, no problem. And here is just the text we are displaying, so fine. So that is all we have to do with the displaying error, just separating the error component, okay, and use it in different place, right? Refactoring the code. So this children is the the error dot title, error dot description. If there is no title or description, please don't display, return null, right? Don't display that. If there is something, then only display this component. That is what we're saying. So now we're gonna, so what is the, what was the name? Extract the error message component, okay? Commit and push it, right? Okay, so last one is the spinner, right? Adding spinner. So let's say when you submit here, like sometimes, maybe in the bank, right, you go online and you try to send the money somewhere and click the submit button. You know what happened there? If you remember, right, this will get like disabled, right? So you cannot click again, because when you click, sometimes the system get confused, right, and give you error or something happens. So they have more security checking. So let's see how we can do that also here, right? So that will be fun part. Let's look at it. The spinner I'm just getting from here, okay? I mean, a lot of spinner, right? Tailwind elements, spinner. So you see there is so many spinners, yeah. So if you want, whatever you want to use is up to you, but we'll take this code, the first one, right? That's the one. This is the code we're going to use, right? So we already have, I already have copied from here. So let's see how we're going to use that. So we call the spinner component, and this spinner might be used a lot of places, okay, later, right? So we're gonna put in our component folder, common place, right? Dot tsx, and just copy this code and put it here. The same thing. So that div we copy from that online here, right? This online, where is that online? Here. This is the what we copied. The only thing change is height, right? Height, make it small, maybe width, maybe like 4, something like that. And also the border, right? Border maybe 2, very big, this is a big for us, so that is the only thing change. Okay, so now our spinner is ready, so let's use this. So in our page, right, we're gonna add here, maybe here we're gonna call this spinner, right? Okay, so can we import like this? Control, maybe enter, right? No, I have to import that. So go back on the top and import this spinner, right? And so this spinner is there, okay, this is there. Let's see how it looks now, right? If you go to our project and look at that, spinner is running there already, okay? But we don't want that to run like that all the time, right? So we can add some kind of check, right? Let's say what we're gonna do is we want like a submit some kind of state, okay, like something is yes true, then do that, if not don't do that, right? So to handle that, we're gonna create a state. So where is that state? So we already have a use state here. We're gonna, this is the one, okay, just below this we're gonna write const, what name we can give, guys? So is submitting, I don't know what was the name I put there before. Let's see, let me check, right? So we can I know that is done. Yeah, is submitting, yeah, that's the one. Okay, that's the one we're gonna use. So I mean we can use any variable, but I just want to make sure something like proper, right? So is submitting and set submitting, right? So this is the just variable, okay? So when you have the, let's say when you are submitting the form, right now is false, okay? When this is false, then you don't want to run that spinner, right? But when you submitting the data, then set set submitting will be true, okay, make it true, right? True. That means you are going to submit the data. Now so when this become true, then we're gonna use the letter, right? So but if there is some error, then you want to make it set submitting, make it false, okay? If there is some error, just make it false. But for example, just imagine, right, you are submitting the data, that means each submitting is now become true, okay? So now we're gonna go here, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some condition here. So when each submitting is there, right, then only you display this spinner, okay? And also, okay, so now let's check now, right? Let's check this. So we get some error or something? No. So there is no right now there is nothing, right? But maybe we have to delay this to look at, right? You have to make sure this form like load after few minutes. So you might add some kind of like a delay function. So a function, or maybe there is a I think there is a delay library, delay npm delay. Let's take it delay, right? Delay, okay. So if you go, we can use this, right, to just demonstrate how it work, okay, like npm install delay and all that, and then just await it delay for like maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, so that form will submit after 2 seconds, right? So you're gonna see the real deal here. But for now I'll just leave it, okay. What I will do is maybe disable, let's make it disable, right? Disable equal to is submitting, right? If there is submitting, then it will be disabled. So let's try now, see how it works, right? Let's see if this will give us something, okay. So now we're gonna do bug maybe 4 and just add this is bug 4, right? And see when you submit this, you see that already we have some network issue, right? So it's already delay, but that was working fine, that was working fine. Okay guys, so let's keep it up to here, right? Thank you very much, and I will put this code online now. It's too long, but please go step by step, piece by piece, master one piece, move to the next step and commit, right? And next 2 days practice whatever we have learned so far, memorize it this weekend. That will help us for next step, okay? Please do that, right? I know it's difficult, but please do that. You guys are gonna love it later, right? So we are adding so many things which will be useful in the real projects, real life, right? and I need all of you master this in next 3-4 weeks, 3 weeks less maximum. Okay, I will stop now recording.